Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. So the rumours again on this narrative is coming out about 20-year-old Christian Pulisic, and it is said that Liverpool and Chelsea are heavily linked with the player. Well, allegedly it did say Bayern Munich were interested, but reportedly they are dropped out of the race for Christian Pulisic. So the narrative about this, that reportedly now, according to the press, the bookies have favoured Liverpool to go on and sign him in this upcoming January transfer window. But we also know Chelsea have been linked to him as well. Liverpool and Chelsea were the biggest spenders during the course of last summer, as we all know. But as we all know, Chelsea are looking to invest in the January window, looking to get a couple of players in because quite a few of their players could leave. And also, in my potential perspective, is that Chelsea do need to centre forward, so they potentially do need an attacker because Morata isn't delivering the goods. The future's looking with the 18-year-old Callum Hudson there because he isn't getting game time. He did come off, I think, with an unexpected injury yesterday. I don't know what injury it was, but he came off yesterday, did Callum Hudson. Eden Hazard's future's still not fully committed yet with Chelsea, so Chelsea have got a few potential targets on their radar. But Liverpool, we know, a very good team, undefeated so far this season. In a much better commanding position than they were in last season. Liverpool, they haven't lost a game yet. They've invested in the last couple of seasons. You've got a good philosophy as Klopp. He knows what he's doing at the team. Got Liverpool playing good football, and he's bought into their history, and he's bought great players into that Liverpool squad. As we all know, he's walked in. He's bought into their history. He's used that to feed on, and he's used that to motivate the team. And he's got the team now playing for Liverpool really well. As Jurgen Klopp, as we all know, they've got world class players in there. I thought Virgil van Dijk, when they signed him back in January, was a very good signing for Liverpool. He's dramatically improved them defensively. Salah's world class. I think the goalkeeper's very good as well. But obviously they've still got a few potential targets on the radar. They may let a couple of players leave, to get a couple of vacant spaces for the player to join them in the January transfer window as well. But reportedly Liverpool are actually favoured to go on and get Christian Pulisic. But reports are saying that Chelsea have been in negotiations with Borussia Dortmund over Christian Pulisic. I think he's now going to get sold in the January transfer window reportedly. Borussia Dortmund, of course, from their perspective, they're eyeing out a replacement for Christian Pulisic. Reportedly they've targeted that Borussia Mönchengladbach's Thorgan Hazard. Thorgan Hazard, who's brothers with Eden Hazard and brothers with Kylian Hazard, who potentially Liverpool have also targeted as well. He's been another potential Liverpool target. But also, Borussia Dortmund have been demanding that they maybe want Callum Hudson as part of the deal of Christian Pulisic going to the Chelsea. So there is a lot of rumours going on about this. But obviously, he's American, he's the player. He's only 20 years of age, as we all know. He only played 15 games in youth academy, then he's risen up the ranks, and he's been in the senior squad since 2016. He's had a couple of injuries this season as a player. He hasn't really been getting the game time once this season, Borussia Dortmund, because potentially John Sanko is actually preferred choice over Christian Pulisic, as we all currently know. But Borussia Dortmund did confirm a while back that the director of Borussia Dortmund, from his own perspective, said they wasn't willing to do any business in January, but they were willing to do business next summer. It said it could cost in the excess of around 50-60 million pounds, as we all know. But if he's to go to Chelsea, Borussia Dortmund may demand that they want Callum Hudson as part of the deal. They've also been, linked with Thorgan Hazard as well. He's been a potential Liverpool target, as we all know. But Christian Pulisic, I think he would prefer the move to Liverpool because he's had experience of playing with, of working under Klopp, and Klopp is keen on a reunion with the player. There's been no sign of him signing a new contract. He's under contract till 2020 with Borussia Dortmund, as I currently said, and he can play attacking mid. You can play him out wide, so his versatility is very good, and I think he's grown and developed fantastically well, and it would be good to come and see him experience the Premier League. If you put him, I think he'd complement Liverpool's team well if you put him alongside Salah, Firmino, and Mane and all that. I think he'd look very good with Christian Pulisic. As we all know, he's fast on the ball as well. He can create chances. He can put crosses into the box. As we all know, I've watched him a few times playing for Borussia Dortmund. He looks pretty good there, does Christian Pulisic, as we all know. But Liverpool have got world-class players, as we all know. Klopp has invested in the last couple of seasons. I think he's got rid of a lot of players as well since he's come into Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp, but he's got a pretty decent pedigree. He had a good pedigree with Borussia Dortmund, as we all know. He's known for developing young players as well. And, Shaqiri is very impressive for Liverpool. He's been impressive this season for them. They paid £13 million for him from Stoke, as we all know, but they're still looking to strengthen up more and bolster their squad even more at Liverpool, as I said. But that is a title-winning team, without a doubt. Liverpool, they are working hard together, they're communicating, they're gelling well together. Salah's got fantastic pace, as we all know. He presses high up the pitch, he scores goals. Mane and Firmino score goals as well. So they have got a potentially a good team. But it's Liverpool reportedly, according to the book, is that they are favourites to go on and sign Christian Pulisic, as we all know. But we know Chelsea have also been linked with Christian Pulisic, as I do keep saying, because, as I said, Morata's future's uncertain with Chelsea. Callum Hudson's future's uncertain with Chelsea. He's only 18-year-old, but he hasn't been getting the game time that he wants, Callum Hudson. You know, as I said, Eden Hazard, you know, he scored now over 100 goals for Chelsea. I think he scored 101 goals now for Chelsea, as Eden Hazard, but he keeps being constantly linked with Real Madrid, does Eden Hazard, as we all currently know. But Chelsea know how much of an essential player he is, as we all currently know. But as I said, Morata, I think, is going to be definitely leaving Chelsea in the January transfer window. I think he's definitely going to leave. He's out of favour at Chelsea. He's no longer Sarri's first choice, as we all currently know. So he's fallen down the pecking order, as we all know. And he struggled to really prove a point, you know, in English football, Alvaro Morata, as we all currently know. You know, he spent most of his playing career with Real Madrid, as we all know. He had 2 years with Juventus as well, and he hasn't really proven himself at Chelsea, as we all know. So he's going to struggle to get his starting 11. He's keen on making the move to AC Milan. Chelsea have been in negotiations with AC Milan and Juventus about a potential loan exchange swap deal with Morata and Gonzalo Higuain. So there has been talks about that going on in the media, as I've already updated you on that, about Gonzalo Higuain and Alvaro Morata as a swap deal, but I think it would be on a loan exchange, but obviously would have the option to permanently buy, as we all currently know. But yeah, as I said, Gonzalo Higuain, he hasn't really proven a point at AC Milan. AC Milan paid 19 million pound. I think it was about 17 million pound they're paying for him on loan from Juventus, as we all know. He hasn't really proven a point at AC Milan, but he's had a good playing career. He's proven to score loads of goals. He's good at leading the lines very, very well, as we all know. Gonzalo Higuain, he's 31 years of age now, as we all know. He's Gonzalo Higuain, but he can lead the lines, he can create, he can score goals. You know, Sarri's keen on a reunion with a player, because obviously, you know, Sarri worked with him whilst, you know, Gonzalo Higuain was at Napoli, you know, when he was obviously a bit younger in his prime, the current player, as we all know. But he's grown and developed very, very well as Gonzalo Higuain, as we all know. He was good when he was a lot younger in his prime, you know, when he was at Real Madrid. He had 6 good years at Real Madrid. His performances with Madrid were good. You know, he scored 100-odd goals in so many appearances, 190 appearances, I think it was. You know, he won honours. You know, when he was at Napoli, he scored 36 goals in one season as well for Napoli. I think he had a three good years with Napoli as well, did the player. Potentially, oh, my battery's nearly dying. I better get this on charge. Yes, that's on charge now. Sorry, guys, about that. But yeah, and you know, he went to Juventus for 2 years, did the play, and he's South American. Juventus did have to pay 89 million pound for him, as we all currently know. And I think, you know, he's a very, very good player, as we all know. We all know he's out of his prime now, as we all know. But yeah, there has been talks of Gonzalo Higuain and Morata as a potential swap deal, because I think Sarri's keen on getting him into Chelsea, leading the lines, you know, as I said. So he's keen on that, you know, leading the lines alongside Giroud and all that. And, you know, this is what, you know, Sarri is keen on. So basically, Morata is out of favour at Chelsea now, as we all know. Potentially Eden Hazard, as I said, his future's still uncertain with Chelsea, as we all know. Eden Hazard's future's still uncertain. Obviously scoring his 100th goal, was it, for Chelsea? Well, he scored 2 yesterday, so that's 101 goals now for Chelsea. I think he's become the 10th Chelsea player now to score 100 goals, as we all. Chelsea know how much of a good player he is. His close ball control is very, very good. He's got a lot of tenacity about his play. His movement's good. He's very, very quick on the ball as well. And he's a good goal scorer, a very, very good goal scorer. As I said, I think, is this 100 goals in like nearly 300 appearances or something like this for Eden Hazard? No, I think it's over 300 appearances in all competitions. I'm not too sure. But yeah, you know, he's grown and developed very, very well, Eden Hazard. He's obviously Premier League proven now, as we all know. There's been no sign of him signing a new contract yet with Chelsea. Chelsea have been in negotiations of signing him a new contract, but there has been no sign of him signing a new contract at the moment. Eden Hazard, you know, there were talks in the press earlier on. Well, I actually saw it yesterday. There were talks in the press that, you know, it's obviously Real Madrid are actually keen on Eden Hazard. As we all know, it's Real Madrid that are keen on getting Eden Hazard in, as we all currently know. He's been constantly linked with a move to Real Madrid as Eden Hazard. He did say reportedly Real Madrid were willing to offer 2 of their players to try and get the pursuit of Eden Hazard. This was Mateo Kovacic and Isco as well, who was a great attacking midfielder, as we all know. But obviously, as I said, Mateo Kovacic is now at Chelsea on loan, as we all know. Obviously, he was very, very good when he was at Real Madrid. He's an ex-Inter Milan player as well, I think. Began his career with Dynamo Zagreb as well, did the player. He actually won 2 titles with Dynamo Zagreb when he was young in his prime. I think he's still in his 20s now, is the player, Mateo Kovacic. But Real Madrid have basically reportedly said you can have Kovacic on a permanent deal. We'll also give you Isco so they can get the pursuit of Eden Hazard. And Eden Hazard did admit a while back he may leave during the summer. I think he does feel happy at Chelsea, to be quite honest with you. I think he's happy at Chelsea, to be quite honest, because his performances for Chelsea have been very, very good. He's won a lot of individual awards. He's won trophies as well with Chelsea, and he's been a great performer for Chelsea as well. But as Real Madrid that have been potentially linked with a player, as we all currently know. But yeah, as I was saying about Pulisic, so Liverpool could sign him. They are the favourites according to the bookies. Chelsea could sign him. I do not really know, but it is between them two, I think, who we're going to get the signing of the player, as we all currently know. But potentially Liverpool's target, they've also been interested in Thorgan Hazard, as well, as I did update you earlier on today. Thorgan Hazard, as I said, is the brothers of Eden Hazard, and he's the brother of Kylian Hazard as well. He's Thorgan Hazard. He's a Borussia Mönchengladbach player. He initially permanently signed for them in 2015. I think he's made over a century appearances now for Borussia Mönchengladbach as Thorgan Hazard. He is Belgium. Is the player, of course. He's obviously an ex-Chelsea player, is he? He never played a competitive match with Chelsea, but he is an ex-Chelsea player. He began his career with Lens, as we all know, where he'd risen up the ranks. He went on loan somewhere else for a couple of years, and then he's now at Borussia Mönchengladbach, as we all know. He's won Belgian Football of the Year, Belgian Golden Shoe as well. There is individual awards he has currently won, the player as well. So potentially Thorgan Hazard, I think he's a winger, or is he attacking midfielder or something like that. Liverpool have reportedly been interested in him. Reportedly, I think the player's got around a 26 million release clause, I think, something like that, Thorgan Hazard. Liverpool have been in talks of getting a 31 million deal over the line. I think he's got about 18 months left on his contract as well. So reportedly Liverpool have been interested in him. We know Liverpool are still keeping tabs on RP Leipzig's Timo Werner. Now, obviously, we know Liverpool have reportedly been interested in Timo Werner. Timo Werner is a very, very good player, and his performances for RP Leipzig have been very, very good indeed. His performances for RP Leipzig have been very, very good indeed as well. Obviously, he's not the ranks with Stuttgart. He went in the senior team in 2013, as we all know. He was Stuttgart 3 years, didn't really develop himself that well. He didn't really do that well with Stuttgart, to be quite honest with you. He did make over a century appearances for Stuttgart, Timo Werner. He's 22 years old, so he's still in his prime, and he's grown and developed fantastically well. But obviously, he became the youngest player to represent Stuttgart. He became the youngest player. He became the youngest goal scorer ever during his tenure with Stuttgart. Now he's at RP Leipzig. He's doing very, very well. I think he's been at RP Leipzig nearly 3 years now, hasn't he? He's become one of the youngest players to make over 150 odd appearances in the Bundesliga as well. And I think he'd look very, very good. He's a very, very good player. He's 22, and he'd look good if you put him alongside Salah and Mane and all that, and Firmino. He'd complement Liverpool's team fantastically well. But Liverpool have already got a great attack. They've got firepower in their front line at Liverpool. But Timo Werner is 22 years of age. He has discussed it in the past about potentially coming to play in the Premier League, but I think he's keen on staying in Germany, as we all know, because he's highly experienced in Germany. He's a player, of course. He's already I think he's banged about 12, 13 goals in this season so far. So, he's proven himself very well in Germany. As I said, Timo Werner is a very, very good player. He's only 22 years of age, but reportedly Liverpool are keeping a track on him. It says Bayern Munich have been interested in him as well, so they're keeping a track on him. But yeah, there's a bit, as I update you, a bit of Liverpool's, Chelsea's transfer news, what's going on, as I currently said. What else am I going to update you on? But as I've updated you earlier on, as I said, I give you a bit of Arsenal's transfer news that were going on, because potentially for me, there have been You know, they have been, you know, poor in the last couple of games of Arsenal. You know, they did go 22 games unbeaten. You know, that was their best one, you know, since 2007. I still potentially think, you know, they look a better team under Emery, do Arsenal. You know, they've got good players, you know, in there. They've got Lacazette and Aubameyang that are very, very good, prolific goal scorers. You know, they lead the lines very, very well, as we all currently know. But I still think they need a winger. I still think they potentially need a defender as well, do Arsenal. So I still think Emery does need to invest and get some reinforcements in January and next summer, potentially, as we all currently know. But, you know, a player got mentioned today in the press, as he updated you earlier on, who potentially Arsenal had been linked to it. But they're a much, much better team than they were under Arsene Wenger, you know, to be quite fair. But reportedly, Favoured, however you pronounce his name, or Benjia, or whatever you call him, reportedly he's 30 years of age. I think he's an attacking midfielder. His versatility is supposed to be very, very good. Reportedly, he's got around an 18 million release clause as the player. Reportedly, Arsenal have been in talks of signing the player. Arsenal convinced they can activate his release clause and get the signing of the player. They could see him as a potential replacement for Mesut Ozil. Obviously, Mesut Ozil's future is still uncertain with Arsenal, as we all currently know. So we don't know what's going to be happening with Mesut Ozil. Obviously, Aaron Ramsey's guaranteed to leave as well. Reportedly, there's been a few teams monitoring and interested in Aaron Ramsey. You know, he's been at Arsenal a good 10 years now. I think he's been there nearly 11 years now. Arsenal blatantly told him he's not getting a new contract. He's made over 2 century appearances since he's been at Arsenal. You know, when he was good when he was young in his prime with Cardiff, he's risen up the ranks. He only played 22 times for Cardiff City, as we all know, and became the youngest first team player there, as we all know. And he was on a loan deal with Nottingham Forest, but you know, he spent the majority of his playing career with Arsenal, and he's been at Arsenal since 2008, as we all know. But it has reportedly said Juventus have been interested in him. It's few other teams have been interested. PSG are the latest team to be interested in. Reportedly, PSG have been in talks with Arsenal over this, and they're reportedly willing to offer about £20 million for Aaron Ramsey plus an 18-month contract. But obviously, he's available on a free transfer next summer. So from Arsenal's perspective, they know he's going to be leaving. So Arsenal, obviously, from their perspective, would probably rather cash in for the play, you know, and recoup some money in January rather than let him go on a free next summer. So he's guaranteed to leave. Welbeck as well's out for the season, of course. He's guaranteed to leave as well. Whether they're cashing for him in January or just let him go on a free next summer, I do not know. But obviously, Arsenal have got a few injury problems in their team, as we all currently know as well. They've got a few injury problems that they should be concerned about. But yeah, guys, as I currently said, yeah, they've been interested in Favoured. He's a Sevilla player. You know, he's won the Europa League. I think he's won 2 Europa Leagues with them. He actually began his career with Boca Juniors, where he was up the youth system. And he's also had experience of working with Emery, because Emery has worked with him in the past twice. You know, he worked with him whilst he was at Sevilla. Well, you know, he worked with him, you know, while Emery was at Sevilla. He worked with him when Emery was at Valencia as well. You know, he actually played for Valencia for quite a lot of years. Did the player? He made 162 appearances for them. Won the Copa del Rey with Valencia as well. He played 162 games, I think, in all competitions for them. He's Argentinian. Is the player? I think is he about 30 years old? This player, I think he's about the same age as Mesut Ozil. But yeah, he played 162 games for Valencia. You know, then potentially went on loan deals to the likes of Newell's Old Boys and Atletico Madrid. And then potentially, you know, he's now at Sevilla, of course. You know, he was after them in loan deals, he went to Sevilla. As we all know, he went to Sevilla, and then he went to Inter Milan, I think, for was it a season, and he made a return back to Sevilla as well, did the player. But reportedly, Arsenal have been interested in him, and reportedly he's got around an 18 million release clause as the player, as we all know. But yeah, he's the latest name to be mentioned. I think Arsenal have been linked with him in the past, to be quite fair. Arsenal did get 5 signings last summer, but they're looking to bolster their squad even more, as we all know. But potentially, as I said, guys, Mesut Ozil's future is uncertain with Arsenal, as we all know. There has been a few teams monitoring and interested in him because he's really failed to adapt himself, you know, under the management of Emery. Obviously, there were teams interested in him last year, but obviously he signed a new contract with £350,000 a week. I think he's potentially the highest paid player for Arsenal is Mesut Ozil. You know, he can perform very, very well on the day. He's Premier League proven, as we all know, but he hasn't really been that consistent. He's struggled for form and consistency under the management of Emre. You know, he was injured early on in the season with a back injury as well. He had a good start to the season, but potentially hasn't really been making an impact, mainly since Emre took charge of Arsenal. This is why his future's uncertain. You know, he may not leave Arsenal, but as I said, there has been rumours that he could potentially leave, but his future is uncertain at the moment with Arsenal, as we all currently know. So we don't know what's potentially going to happen with Mesut Ozil. As I said, though, you know, it's a bit surprising, you know, Manchester City losing 2 games on the trot, as I said, now in the Premier League, losing at home to Palace, losing away to Leicester yesterday. As I said, it's got to be Liverpool's title now. You know, they've got a very, very good lead. There's 7 points in front of City now. There's 6 points in front of Tottenham. Tottenham have climbed into second place now. Believe it or not. And I think Tottenham are a very, very good team. I think Pochettino's a good manager. He understands the philosophy. He's proven in the Premier League. He's good at his use of young players. He's very, very good. He's good at developing young players. For me, Kane, one of the best strikers in the Premier League without a shadow of a doubt. And Tottenham have got a very, very good team. They've got a lot of good young players in there as well. They've got a good team such as Dele Alli, Harry Kane's very, very good. They've got Song, who's very, very good. They've got Alderweireld, who I do have reservations about, but can prove to be a world-class central defender. As I said, you know, they've got Christian Eriksen as well. I think Tottenham have got a pretty decent team, and you know, potentially they've never won the Premier League, you know, since it being founded, but they have come close on a couple of occasions. They come close that season when Leicester won it, you know, and I think he's got third a few times with Tottenham as Pochettino, as we all know. I think they're going to definitely finish in the top 4, Tottenham, because they are a very, very good team. They've got good players, and he's only spent £50 million since 2014 with Tottenham, so mainly Tottenham's built all around him. So you know, Pochettino's got that winning mentality, and he is a good manager. I know he hasn't won out in terms of silverware since he's been a manager, but he's a very, very good manager indeed, is Pochettino. And this is why I said if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis, I'd like him, you know, to be recommended at the end of the season on a full-time basis. Or, of course, Zinedine Zidane, because they are the 2 favourites, obviously, if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis. I'd love Solskjaer to get the job on a full-time basis, but I said if he doesn't, then I'd like Pochettino or Zinedine Zidane. But Tottenham 6 points behind City, 6 points behind Liverpool. City are 7 points behind Liverpool, as we all currently know. So yeah, so Liverpool are in the driving seat now. They've never won the Premier League since it got founded in 1993. They've never ever won it. I think the last time they won it was nearly 30 years ago, 28 years ago. Last time they won an old First Division, Liverpool. As we all currently know. I can't remember last trophy they won. You know, was it in 2006 they won the FA Cup against West Ham? Was it something like that? I can't remember winning the trophy after that. You know, I know they got to the final last season against Real Madrid. You know, they lost 3-1, of course. But yeah, I think they're in the driving seat now, Liverpool. You know, there's still a long way to go, as we all know. Never say never. You know, Leeds have been caught, as it has been proven in the past. But Liverpool's next 2 games are difficult. They have got 2 difficult games coming up. You know, they've got Arsenal coming up, and then they've got Manchester City coming up. So you could say they could actually at least lose one of them or drop points in one of them games. But as I said, the form they're in, the players are performing very, very well. They're working hard as a team. As I said, Liverpool are capable of doing it. But as I said, Arsenal could have got a chance of beating them on the day. City have definitely got a chance of beating them. But Liverpool in the last couple of seasons have had a good record against City. But now, you know, as I said, so I think Liverpool are going to win it this year, to be quite honest with you. I think it's going to be their year this year, as we all currently know. But look, a few seasons ago when Liverpool were 10 points in front, they threw a 10-point lead away, and Manchester City went and won the league. But that was different then. You know, they had a pretty different team then. But now, obviously now Liverpool, this team is something special, you know, and Klopp's done very, very well, as I currently said. But saying about Manchester United, as I said, Ryan Giggs, obviously, great legend, you know, won 13 Premier League titles with Manchester United, made over 600 odd appearances and scored over a century of goals, I think, you know, in the Premier League. He's basically hailed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for restoring the positivity to Manchester United again, which is very, very good. You know, and these fans are happy under the management of Solskjaer. The players are happy under the management of Solskjaer, but the players and fans weren't happy under the management of Jose Mourinho, because I praise Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's got the team playing with confidence. He's got the team playing with passion. He understands the philosophy, and he's got Pogba playing very, very well. And I think players will grow and develop fantastically well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, from his own perspective, has admitted, everybody's going to get the chance to play in the team, which is very, very good to see. Every United player is going to get the chance. He's going to promote the youth, as I said. And that's really, really good to see, you know, that mentality, the right mentality is now in the team. He said he wants the players to express themselves, and he says he's going to get the players enjoying football again. And this is what Solskjaer's done. You know, thanking him for the 2 games. He's won 2 out of 2 now. 8 goals scored, as we all currently know. It's very, very good to see. Pogba's been fantastic in these 2 games under Solskjaer. Scored twice yesterday. You know, got about 3 assists against Cardiff as well. As I currently said, 2 great goals, you know, that Pogba scored yesterday. Matic played well yesterday, you know, he got his name on the score sheet. Lindelof was part to play, you know, for the first goal of Nemanja Matic. Mata was part to play for the Pogba's second goal, because he was the one that gave it to Herrera. Herrera lined it off for Pogba, and Pogba struck it very, very nicely, but his third goal was the best goal of the game, without a shadow of a doubt, as we all know. But it's good to see fullbacks getting high up the pitch. It's good to see central defenders, you know, galloping high up the pitch, getting into midfield, and the team playing with confidence, passing the ball around very, very well. 1 touch, 2 touch. And it's good to see positivity back now at Old Trafford, as we all know. But as I said, I think Solskjaer's going to do a good job. If he does well, they may give him the contract and may give him the job on a full-time basis, because he did say Solskjaer would like the job on a full-time basis, as we all know. But now Pogba is happy at Manchester United, as we all know. But he can be a world-class player, you know, when he proves himself like that. He's a player that could be at least on 10, 15 goals a season, you know, when he is like that, Pogba playing to his potential level. And, you know, he's like 2 players if he's in an attacking midfield role when he's at his best, or even if he's in a free role, he's like 2 players in one. He's Paul Pogba, as we all know. But it was great yesterday. Paul Pogba got 2 assists. It was good to see Lingard get an assist, Herrera get an assist. As I said, but Lingard got 2 goals and an assist against Cardiff as well, did Jesse Lingard. But it's good to see the players, you know, he's... And this is what we want to see at Manchester United. We want to see creativeness. We want to see aggression, getting in the opposition's face. And that's what we potentially want to see. And we want to see goals. And we have been scoring goals in these 2 games, as we all know. So we keep this confidence up. Still a possible chance of top 4, as we all know. Dropped points yesterday, drew 1-1. Chelsea did win, but only just by 2 goals to 1 against Watford. Crystal Palace, Cardiff drew 0-0. Tottenham won comfortably by 5 goals to 0 at home to Bournemouth. Arsenal drew 1-1, as I said. City lost at Leicester 2-1. I think Fulham and Wolves was 1-1 as well. Burnley won. Everton won comfortably at Burnley by 5-1. So Everton did bounce back from that defeat. They suffered to Tottenham by 6-2, as we all know. But yeah, as I said, I think Manchester United have still got a potential chance of top 4. A lot of money's been invested in that team, as we all know. £700-800 million has been spent in that team since Alex Ferguson retired. Jose Mourinho spent over £400 million, so obviously the players didn't want to play for him. Mourinho had disputes with the top players, and it didn't suit him. But since we've recommended Solskjaer, and he's done a very, very good job, and he's got United playing the United way, you know, which is a very, very good. As I said, and this is the football that we do want to see. As we all know, people saying don't get too carried away. You've played 2 crap teams. Cardiff obviously fighting for relegation. Huddersfield are in the relegation zone. But as I said, you know, you can see the difference already in the Manchester United team. As we all know, expressing themselves, playing with confidence, getting players high at the pitch, getting bodies in decent positions, creating chances. We didn't see this at all under Jose Mourinho, as we all know. I still think players could go, as I currently said, I still think players could go. Sanchez, as I said, he could leave. Solskjaer, when he comes back from injury, may give him the chance to try and prove himself, see how he performs, see if he can get his consistency. Same with Lukaku, you might give him a chance, you know, see if he can give him, see if Lukaku can get his consistency as well. No, as I said about Lukaku, I don't see how he fits in the Manchester United team because he's too slow, he's a big game bottle, his first touch is woeful, as we all currently know. I don't see how he fits in the team because when you put him in that team and the monster players he's playing around, such as the likes of Lingard, Martial and all that, and Rashford's and that, they've got pace, they can press high up the pitch, they can create chances, and Lukaku really can't do this. And he was very, very good in his first season. He scored 27 goals in his first season with Manchester United, as we all know. He scored 45 goals for the Belgium national team, as well as Romelu Lukaku, and he's proven well in the Premier League, but I don't see how he fits into the Manchester United team, to be quite honest with you. You know, under the management of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, when he does come back from compassionate leave, well, I think he's going to be due to play against Bournemouth. He's Romelu Lukaku. Whether he gets started or not, I do not know, but he will be back from compassionate leave then, as we all know. So he has missed the two Solskjaer's first 2 games as Romelu Lukaku, as we all know. But as I said with Lukaku, you know, he was good in his first season, but he's failed to replicate the form this season. You know, he's had an injury early on in the season, and he's struggled for form, and he's struggled for consistency, Romelu Lukaku. Reportedly, it says Juventus have been interested in him. You know, reportedly, he did admit during one of the international breaks that Lukaku was interested in going to Italy. Obviously, Manuel Raiola is the one that represents Romelu Lukaku, as we all know. But he has been linked with Juventus because Juventus are reported seeing him as a long-term replacement for Mandzukic, as we all currently know. So there was rumours going on about that from the Italian press as well the other day, as they actually did update you on as well. But he certainly has reservations, Lukaku, and somewhere along the line he's got to adapt other areas of his game, such as, you know, try to get faster in his play. His first touch has got to improve, but he hasn't improved this, as we all currently know. So does he have a future at United? When I said to you, Matic, I don't think he's got a future at United. He is slow, and he's just like Fellaini, very, very slow. Is Nemanja Matic in the midfield, but he has done well in these 2 games under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Nemanja Matic. But obviously, you know, he wasn't first choice. You know, when we did sign him, there was other options out there. You know, there were midfielders that we could have got who had a lot of tenacity about the play. They were quick on the ball. They were fast in the midfield. But obviously Matic isn't, as we all currently know. You know, I don't think Fellaini's got a future at Manchester United, you know, to be quite honest with you. He's obviously not. I don't think he's going to be first choice now in that midfield. But he did say again, Solskjaer, he's going to give everybody the chance. You know, he's had a couple of good games this season, to be quite fair, Fellaini, as we all currently know. But I don't really see that he's got a future at Manchester United. Again, he can play well, he can win good headers and stuff, but he is too slow, just like Matic. You know, Darmian as well, being a good player for United. You know, there's a few Italian teams interested in him. He's coming to an end of his contract. I don't think Darmian's got a future at Manchester United. As I currently said, I don't think he's got a future. He's coming to an end of his deal, and he hasn't played a lot this season, Matteo Darmian, so he could well leave as well. He could well leave as well, could Darmian. You know, we've still got to think about contract renewals because a lot of players coming to the end of the contracts, as we all know. But yeah, good to see Solskjaer's going to give everybody the chance, as he currently said. And yeah, so the Bournemouth preview will be coming up. It'll be coming up tonight or tomorrow with the Manchester United Bournemouth preview at Old Trafford, as we all currently know. So potentially, hopefully, we can keep this winning run up and keep performing the way we are performing. As I said, so. As I said, it gives you a boost, you know, when you sack your manager. We sacked Mourinho. As soon as we recommended Solskjaer in, you know, the team have played totally different. As I currently said, playing with confidence, playing at a higher level. And I think we'll graduate and we'll elevate to that higher level under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Reportedly, the board are back him. He's going to get around 50 million in January, as I've already updated you on. Reportedly, the board and Ed Woodward had sanctioned Solskjaer getting any permanent deals in January, but he may get a few loan signings. But yeah, he may sign something in January. As I said, I've already discussed with you on numerous occasions, you know, the players that Manchester United are potentially linked to, like the Toby Alderweireld, Koulibaly, reportedly was just signed a new deal according to the media. As I said, the bookies had actually favoured Manchester United to sign him, as I said. But yeah, there's a lot going on now because it's not long till the transfer window opens, as I said. But going back to what I said near the beginning of the video about Christian Pulisic, as I said, reportedly Liverpool are the favourites to get him, even though Chelsea are still in talks to get the player. Borussia Dortmund, I think, reportedly have Will Callum Hudson as part of the deal, maybe, because Borussia Dortmund obviously tried to get a replacement for Christian Pulisic, as we all currently know. But it is Chelsea and Liverpool in the race for the player. But as I said, Solskjaer knows the club inside out. He knows the culture of the club. He's played with some of the players. You know, he's managed some of the players in the reserve team as well. He was a great player for 11 years, won honours, scored over a century of goals in 366 appearances in all competitions, as we all know. So he does know about the club. As I said, does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think he'll do a good job. I think he'll progress us in this 6 months, as we all currently know, guys. Lindelof's improved this season. He's done well this season. I think he's going to give Bailly more game time. Fred's definitely, he hasn't been to his potential best, Fred, but he hasn't really had the opportunity. But under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he's going to get more game time, and he needs that more game time to try and get to his potential, play to his potential level. Same with Pereira, I think he's going to get more game time as well. So it's good to see that he's going to give the youth a chance as well. And he did talk about rotating, but he's going to give everybody the chance, as I currently said. So yeah, so that's latest transfer rumours to update you with. The main part is about Christian Pulisic, as I said, but I've also give you other updates on the transfer rumours of what's going on as well. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribing as always, and take care. God bless, guys, and I'll see you all again on my next video. Bye.